See, it doesn't, there. It doesn't want it. See, now it finally shifted into second. Did not want to go to second.
Hey guys, welcome back to Baker Rebuilds. Today we've got my dad's 2007 Dodge Ram 2500 in here. He's been experiencing some weird shift point issues where as he's accelerating, the transmission doesn't shift as early as it usually does. So what we're going to try and do today is change the transmission filter, the transmission governor solenoid, and then we're going to replace the fluid. And if nothing else, it's good maintenance at 150,000 miles. So let's get busy. First step is dropping the oil pan. We've got 14 bolts. What size are we using?
This is a 1/2 inch socket. We're gonna try to drop it at an angle to let the oil drip slowly out.
Bunch of shop rags on standby because this is a messy job.
These bolts seem a little loose, so it was probably why our pan is a little on the wet side. So we're just gonna crack these a little bit. See if it'll tip, let a little oil flow.
The transmission we're working on is a 48 RE, we believe.
Mike can take a screwdriver and just pry the front down just a hair if you want to grab me one. There it went, that's what you said.
There you go.
Doesn't taste as good as you might think. It's pretty red. It's not like, it's a little black, but not awful.
Yeah, not too bad.
Just let that drip for a minute. Oh yeah. Let's go check this to the new one. The Duralast kit came with a new filter and 2 gaskets, one for the 48 RE and one for the 47 RE. So we got to just figure out which one's which. Yeah, it looks like winner, chicken dinner.
Got our new transmission filter here ready to go in, and the new transmission solenoid. So now we're using a Torx bit T20 to remove the old transmission oil filter.
These were just finger tight. Boy.
When you're dropping this filter, it's gonna bring some more fluid with it, so be ready. So when you go to put in your new one, you'll have this opening facing the pan, bolting the grooved side up towards the transmission.
Solenoid's right here. One little plug, and then we're gonna determine what we gotta do to drop that out of there. I want to take that clip off, but there we go.
So we do have to take that plate off then?
Yep.
So for this plate holding in the solenoid, we have 2 10mm bolts and 2 T20 Torx bit bolts.
3 10mm bolts.
Oh, 3 10mm bolts.
Oh. It's that other piece. Oh, that's the gasket piece is the other piece. This piece is just held on by that.
Sweet.
Make sure that matches the new one.
It's
O-rings are in the same spot.
It's definitely different. O-rings are in the same spot. There's slightly more length to this, and there's a slightly larger diameter on the end.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, it might have just been upgraded or changed over the years.
Okay.
See if it fits.
That's kind of a crazy setup.
That doesn't click home either. Oh, maybe it did. Maybe it did.
Okay. Okay.
So the plug on that solenoid has, what would you even call that? It has a key sticking off of it that fits in a groove on the solenoid. Just make sure it clicks home and is retained in place.
Gonna hand me the new filter.
I'm running a razor blade along the transmission edge and the pan edge to clean up any gunk that may be on either side, so that we have the cleanest mating surfaces as possible.
We're gonna pull the pan out and clean it up a little bit. You might as well just slide it out.
You can see this side has so much gunk built up that it's actually quite a bit of a raised edge. This is just a magnet in the bottom of the pan so that it can catch any fine debris. We're pulling out as much as we can out of this pan. A little bit of good old brake clean.
Let's go.
Well, a little bit of brake clean, some rags, and a wire wheel, and we got a lot of gunk off the outside, and we're about ready to put her on. All right, we've got our pan cleaned and our magnet placed back in there. We want to seal wet gaskets wet, dry gaskets dry. So where this is holding in transmission fluid, we're putting a little bit of grease around the edge of the pan and gasket. Help it create a good seal.
Helps keep it from moving too.
There you go.
Helps if we put it on the right way.
Up one crazy tight until you've got them all.
Yep.
What are we torquing to about?
13 foot-pounds.
You actually want to go like these inner two, like that one, the opposing side, then the next one, and then this inside one, and work your way out. All right, now that we have the pan torqued back up, all the bolts are tight. The full capacity is 17 quarts, but where we just did a drain and replace, it calls for 4 to 8 quarts. So we got 2 gallons, and we're gonna see how much it takes.
So master pour doesn't spill. Then there's me.
Off to a good start.
Well, at least we know the transmission fluid's clean.
Yeah.
I'd probably think we're okay to start it. Your camera okay?
Oh yeah. Should be.
You can kind of see it came up to about right there. So the dot is the low mark. Come around to the hatch, anywhere in there. So we're still a little low, but the hard thing is where we just filled it, it's running. We're gonna take one more reading real quick. That one's a little better shot. You can see we're out right there. So we still could probably go another half a quart.
Well, I keep cycling through the gears to help work it through everything.
All right. Well, it moves. That's a plus sign.
Moving is good.
First gear's always ran pretty well. So we'll wait till we get out of the subdivision here and see if we can see how it jumps into second. That's where we've been running into our issues. So we'll stop here. I don't know. Seemed to go a little far, but didn't seem terrible. It's usually from first to second where we notice the issue. Don't see any trails of oil, so that's always a good sign. Shifted, but it shifted really soft. Still doesn't want to shift to second very well.
Yeah.
It wants to climb clear to about 3,200 RPM.
Well, in about 30 miles per hour, it would hit that earlier shift point a lot sooner, like 15, 20 usually, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's not as crazy or as erratic. We obviously changed something. It's definitely not as erratic as it was, but we haven't completely solved the problem. See, it doesn't, there. It doesn't want it. See, now it finally shifted into second. Did not want to go to second.
Yeah.
That's the problem we're having.
If anyone knows what causes this or has done a decent permanent fix, please let us know. Did you pull in it? Did you run an OBD2 scanner on it?
I have not.
Well, let's do that when we get back, I guess. So, update on the video. Fixed it. Check this out. If you're looking at the transmission going above the oil pan, you can see there's this, ow, that's hot. You can see there's this screw right here with that jam nut. So what we ended up finding out online is you loosen that jam nut. I ended up pretty much taking it all the way off just to get enough room. And then I was able to turn that bolt in, loosen the jam nut with a 3/4 inch socket. And then I was able to use a Torx T40 to turn that bolt in and torque it to 72 inch-pounds. And then you back it off 1 3/4 turns and tighten that jam nut back up. And that solved all of our issues. Now it's shifting under acceleration at about 15 miles per hour. And the next point's about 30. And quite honestly, it's running good as new now. There was first gear, second gear. Fix the problem. First gear, second gear, first to second, second to third. First to second, second to third. Running like new now.